and welcome back to another episode of Placement Sundays. Today we have with us Tiksha.
Hi.
Could you give us a small introduction about yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Tiksha Sharma and I'm a fourth year student at IGT2W and I'm an upcoming software engineer at Google.
Google.
Yeah, so I've also been an intern in 2021, in 2022 at Google as well. So yeah.
Google का हर चीज़ ही कर चुके हैं आप उनसे कुछ भी पूछे कभी भी पूछे ये हाजिर होंगे आपके लिए. So how did you get into this role of SD? क्या थी आपकी जर्नी कब आपने शुरुआत करी ये सब की?
Being associated with Google, I would say it was in the first year itself. So I was part of this program which is called the Women Engineers Program by Talent Sprint and Google. So it's a boot camp where we have sessions for DSA and interpersonal skills like communication and presentation. So it's an overall development. Okay. So that is where I first interacted with Google, because we used to have these mentoring sessions where we would interact with the engineers there. So yeah, that's the first step towards that thing.
Okay, and how did you get on to this step?
Getting on to this program, so I filled out an application. जैसे online होती है ना application, you have to fill out your details and a brief answer about why you want to be a part of this. Then I had a coding round. Okay. A Python था, basic Python बिल्कुल. Because they know that you are in your first year and अभी बस तुमने start करा है. So we had that round. Then there was an English round जहाँ speaking, listening, reading ये सारी चीजें वो assessed. And then there was also an aptitude round. And then finally there was an interview round. Okay. So there was a person, the interviewer, and I was given a coding question. So I had to code it on the spot and then discuss my answer with the person. So after that I got got selected for the Women Engineers program. Okay. Which was
you got this link on the website or through other source?
So I actually found it on WhatsApp. So it was shared in our college groups as well. So that's where I found it. And earlier this was called the Women Techmakers Engineering Fellow Scholar. So it's the same program. Okay. So that was my first step. And then in my second year, so I got the chance to apply for the STEP internship. So working as a software engineer at Google has been a dream for me, like always. So when I applied for that program, I was actually quite nervous and I was so unsure that if I'll actually be able to crack that thing. So it was on campus for us and I filled out the application and then we had the resume shortlisting round. After that, I had 2 technical rounds. So that was a technical interview, and I was on you can assume it as a Google Meet, and we have to code. A question is given to us, and we have to code it on the spot and discuss it with the interviewer. Okay. So I had 2 rounds of such interviews, and as far as I know, now there is another round which is the telephonic interview round. Okay. That was not there in my year.
Okay. So this you're talking about the Women's Scholar program?
STEP.
The STEP. Okay. The second part. Okay.
Yeah, the STEP internship. So
this was on campus. Sorry, I missed the plot.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's when. So that was how I applied for the STEP internship.
Okay. After the 2 interview rounds, you got the selection name, right?
Yeah.
And after then, how was the journey of getting the PPO?
Yeah, so after getting selected in the STEP internship, I had 2 months of my internship where I worked under really knowledgeable people there. And based on the work there and the feedback I received, I got the PPI, which is a returning internship offer. Okay. So again, next year, I had 2 months of internship.
Okay. So you did your first internship in the end of first year and starting of second year?
Second year and starting of third year.
Okay. Acha, got it. Yes, we do internships in the end of third year.
Third year. Yes. Yeah, so now this one was after the third year and the fourth year. So again, I had an amazing experience working there and I learned a lot, my technical skills and my interpersonal skills, everything. So
they developed to a whole new era.
Yeah, that's actually true. So and after that duration, I got a returning offer as a full-time employee. Okay. So that was a dream come true. So yeah, that's how I received the PPO and finally got a job offer at Google.
Superb, yeah. All your hard work indeed paid off with the last.
Yeah.
So what are the things one should keep in mind if they get into an internship at Google so that they convert their role to a proper SD role?
Yeah, so the most important thing is never be afraid of working hard. So like I gave my best to this internship, and it's actually fun and easy to like work hard when you enjoy the job. So this is something I wanted to do, and I thoroughly enjoyed working there. The most again, like as you asked, so what's important to receive the PPO? So I would say that be interactive, talk to your mentors, and discuss with them whatever you are doing or how your progress is going. And there may be times when you are not able to achieve a particular thing, or you are just stuck. So tell them and like show your efforts, and like tell them that you have done it this much and you're stuck at this point, so how that could be possibly
So
done.
do not hesitate to ask for help.
Yeah, exactly. So that's actually true, that you should not hesitate to ask for help, because one thing is there that you should give your best, and before asking for help, you should explore all the possible options. But kabhi situations are there when you have to wait, like you have to do a trade-off between the time and this thing. So there should be a limit which you should set on yourself, and if you're not able to do it still, then you should ask for help. So there's nothing wrong in that. So yeah, so be interactive with them, and yeah, I think that's the most important thing, because usually PPOs depend upon the feedback of the work you do there.
Okay, got it. How does one prepare a resume which makes you get selected in the first go itself for Google, whether it is for STEP or the program which you did, or to get into the PPO or SD role?
Okay. In the resume, there are certain important things that should be present. So first, it's the education. So you should have the college CGPA and the 12th marks. So this is a particular section. You can later in your career probably remove it, but right now it's important. Then we have the work experience, like all the work you have done in any company or in any program. So that's the second thing. Then we have the volunteering activities or the leadership roles you have, because that is something that shows that apart from all this technical stuff, you have a personality, and as volunteering roles are there, you care for the society as well, because it should not be all just into coding. It should be an overall personality.
Okay, but as many of us are, into JEE and the preparation, so in 11th and 12th, we do not get any kind of exposure. And in first year, like I guess in September or October, this form rolls out.
Yeah.
So what did you mention?
You're asking about women tech.
मतलब first time से मतलब first time क्या डाला था volunteering में, the resume the women program वाले में तब क्या डाला था?
Yeah, so at the time of the first thing, the women engineers program, or if you're applying to anything in the first year, again, it's actually the people you are applying to know that you're in your first year.
Okay, so they don't ask for anything very much.
Yeah, but it's actually good if you join societies, like even first year itself, it's actually the best time to get into this stuff.
Yes.
So it's not like you will be in the top position in the societies like the mentor or a president. But even if you're volunteering for them and being a part of them, that is something that counts. So that's important.
You can at least put the name of the society.
Yeah, and that what work you're doing there. Yeah. Next is the achievement. So if you have received any scholarship or any achievement, if you won any hackathon, that is something you can add here. And then we have the skills section. So all the skills like web development and different things, like if you do Linux or everything can come under this section. And then you can have like your personal details, your email ID, GitHub handle, or the coding profile thing. So that's something you can add here.
Okay. And anything apart from that for resume?
I can say that like to improve the resume, you should take part in hackathons, because they are a great platform where you can build projects. And yeah, projects is another important thing that should be added, because you're applying to a technical, like you're applying for something technical. So they actually
real time.
They validate your skills. So projects is also important. Hackathons can be a good way of making projects in a short period of time. So that's important.
Great. A question a bit drifted. What all skills did you achieve in first year, then second year, then third year, like the coding languages and all, which helped you get a role at Google?
Yeah, so the skills that I had, so I knew a bit of C++ like from my school, and even
Okay,
in
you
college.
had it at
Yeah,
11th.
I had
Got it.
CS. So, and even in college, we had C as a language. So that's something that helped in the school perspective. Apart from that, I learned Java, like the proper DSA thing. I learned in Java.
Okay.
So that's something I started by the end of my first year.
Was there any specific reason why you switched from C++ to Java?
I wanted to explore.
Okay.
So I actually wanted to explore all the languages because later I learned Python as well. When I was applying for the Women Engineers program, the test was in Python only. So that's something I learned in a really short period of time.
Yeah.
But switch to Java was mainly because I just wanted to explore all the languages. So that's something I learned then. And web development is also something I had been learning, like not learning, I had been exploring from the first day. It's not like I was totally devoted to it, but over the time I picked up skills and made projects with that.
Okay.
Also, during the duration of my this Women Engineers program, I learned Flutter and made projects in that as well. Yeah.
Okay. What did you love the most about the internship in the STEP of Google or in the first year also? The one program which you did?
Yeah, so in the Women Engineers program, the best thing about that program is the community that I became a part of. So it was a women community of 126 girls, and there was nothing of the sort where people are just cutting each other. Everyone was so helpful, and you get to interact with people with different interests. So there's a girl who is interested in cybersecurity, then there's one in web development. So if I'm interested in a particular thing, I can interact with that person and know more about that skill.
So Google indeed believes in growing together.
Yeah, growing as a community. So that was the best thing about the Women Engineers program, and of course the mentors were amazing. So that's always that would always be a plus point. In the STEP and the SWE internship, so I'll combine them both. The best thing was the learning I had, because the people there are so amazing. They are so knowledgeable yet so humble. So I could actually approach anyone in my team, and even people in team who were actually higher to me, a lot higher to me, and ask them if I could have just some minutes and gain guidance from them and learn about their journey, and they would always be ready to do that. So that was amazing about the process.
How did you reveal about all these things to your parents and family, and what was their first reaction? Were they like, "हाँ मैं तो पता ही था"?
So right before I received acceptance for STEP internship, I was having a discussion अपनी mom से कि some of my friends had already received it. So I was just discussing कि I should work more, मुझे improve करना चाहिए because internship season आने वाला है. So that was general discussion going on, and then I went to my laptop and email. It's like उसके आने से पहले I had been checking my email for weeks. So I checked my email and I saw that email and I was so happy. I was literally jumping. I just went to my mom and my sibling and told them that I have received it finally, and I called my father, and everyone was super happy about it, and they were actually so proud. So yeah, that's what was the reaction at home. And coming on to the final offer that I received for the job, so again I was even now I was so happy, because right before it you have that sinking feeling, right? What if it doesn't happen? So when I finally received it, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually teary-eyed when I finally received the offer, because this is gonna be the first job I do in my career. I have done internships, but the full-time job. So I was super elated, and I told my parents, and they were happy and so proud. So they brought sweets, and everyone was happy at home, and even my friends were happy and super supportive. मैं super बहुत बार बोल दिया है.
कोई बात नहीं क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है, इंग्लिश का IELTS टेस्ट थोड़ी हो रहा है. What is the right time to start preparing for Google? What is the right time to start preparing for these opportunities?
I would say that the best thing about this is that it's never too late or too early. So each one of us has a separate trajectory, And while I would say that right from first year you should start with DSA and everything, because like step comes like सीधा in the second year step comes, and all these opportunities and scholarships are there. So like you can start from first year itself. It's actually a good time to start. But even though you haven't, like if you're already in second year or even third year and you're feeling that ab to bahut late ho gaya, but that's not the case. So it's like it depends upon how like you're willing to work for that thing, and you can start at any point and still reach the same level as the other people there.
Who started early.
Yeah, so it says that thoda sa extra effort karna padega at your end, but it's not like that you lost the opportunities, because the opportunities that you're getting right now, it's like just the beginning of a truckload of opportunities that are coming your way. So yeah.
How to get referral for these companies?
So I think the right way that this can be done is by approaching people on platforms like LinkedIn. So you can search for people in that particular company, and I think FTEs would be the best people for this thing.
Okay.
So the full-time employees, and you can like just write a like nice message to them that you are this person, send them your resume and that you want to apply for this particular job, and yeah, you can approach them in this way if you don't already know people that are there.
Okay. मतलब कितना फर्क पड़ता है रेफरल मिलने से?
The referrals only affect till a point like the resume selection stage is there. So I think referrals can probably make your resume getting recognized, but all the interview stage, the
that's
coding, that's totally upon you.
Okay. What's the one golden tip you would like to share with others to ace the placement season?
So again, I would reiterate what I had said earlier, that never be afraid to work hard. So there'll be times when you receive so many rejections, even I have received, but over the time you improve from all the previous rejection. You look at what you're lacking and you work on that. So it's like over the time you'll start receiving acceptance as well. So just keep working on that particular thing and improving yourself. And like having said that, I would say that mental health is still the most important thing. While you're working hard and like continuously studying for this thing and everything, but if you feel that your mental health is being affected, then give yourself time, because breakdowns do happen. It's actually really stressful. So it's important to give yourself time. And like अगर mental health affect हुई तो physical health follows. So
फिर वो सब खराब होता है.
Yeah, so give yourself time, take a break. एक registered rest होता है कि इतने time rest ले रही हूँ मैं, and then start working on it again.
Okay. And one last question: all your internships were in the online mode or offline?
They were in the online mode, so
okay.
yeah,
because of the COVID.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Titiksha, for joining us. First episode of Placement Sundays. And आपकी क्या बोलते हैं knowledge का बहुत हमें फायदा होगा. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for calling me.
अरे बच्चा आपको नहीं बुलाते तो हम किसे बुलाते फिर बताइए.
Do like, share and subscribe. An amazing YouTuber.
See you in the next one. With us, Anubhuti Gupta.
Hello. Hi. I did my summer internship from Wells Fargo. It's an American bank, and I also received a PPO from there.
हमारे टेंशन इतनी लाइव थोड़ी है हम लोग. अंकल प्लीज आप पीछे से मत जाइए, वो रिकॉर्डिंग हो रही है. थैंक यू.
ये कट हो रहा है, थोड़ा ज्यादा बोल गई मैं.
कोई बात नहीं. हाँ फिर से कर लो. कोई बात नहीं, मेरे पास 4 घंटे की फुटेज है. उधर मत देख, भूल जा कैमरा है. ओके. ये सब BTS में डाल